Welcome back to Firepower. Before we roll, hit subscribe and tap the bell to keep this kind of testing coming. We open tight on a clean 3-shot clover leaf. Hard cut. Off comes the muzzle brake. Whip cut. The suppressor threads on and locks with a firm twist. Same rifle. Same shooter. One change. The muzzle device. Our groups shrink by almost half. Why? Today, we're running a carbon fiber barrel and carbon fiber stock mountain rifle built on a Remington 700 footprint. So stocks, triggers, rails, you name it, are easy to swap, chambered in 6.5 PRC. Our mission is simple. Measure, explain, apply. First, a blind break versus suppressor challenge to see if the can really tightens groups. Then we push heat and mirage, yes, with a backstrap suppressor cover, to learn what an ultralight barrel does as it warms. Next, an accuracy triathlon. 3-shot, 5-shot, and 9-shot strings across 3 factory loads. Finally, we'll take it to steel at 300 to 600 yards and translate paper groups into impacts. By the end, you'll know if this rig just looks light, or if it actually prints, and why. The rifle, with scope, settles on a digital scale. The readout locks. Smash cut. A heavier competitor hits the same scale for instant context. Cut back. Macro passes over the carbon wrap, the stock's lines, the action, and the thread protector. Ultralight saves ounces where ounces matter, on the mountain, at elevation, or anytime you're packing all day. But a lighter tube can be more sensitive to heat and barrel harmonics. That's the trade space we're going to probe. Can an ultralight still hold tight groups as temperature builds? We'll start with a confirmed 0, cold bore, and step up through structured strings. We're logging group size, point of impact movement, and how consistently the sight picture stays stable between shots. Weight is locked, glass is torqued, parallax set. Time to write numbers on paper. 2 fresh targets are labeled A and B. A third-hand operator swaps the muzzle devices off camera so even the shooter doesn't know which is which. 5 rounds go on A, 5 on B, with a timer calling splits while a spotter notes perceived recoil, muzzle movement, and any POI shift. A live readout tracks group size in inches and MOA as a barrel heat bar climbs with each shot. Here's the reveal. A was the break. B was the suppressor. B's groups are roughly half the size. We watched a approximately 3-inch group drop to about 1 inch, and another group a bit over 2 inches collapse to roughly 3/4 MOA. Same rifle, same ammo, only the muzzle device changed. A quick 6 to 8 round string heats the system. Through the scope, shimmer blurs the target. A close focus angle shows the heat plume off the can. Repeat with a backstrap suppressor cover installed, and the sight picture stays cleaner longer, making precise holds easier. Same shooter, same position. Less mirage means less aiming error. One more housekeeping note. The Magpool bipod proves wobblier than we'd like, so we swap to a stiffer unit for the remaining tests. 3 factory loads step up next. Hornady Precision Hunter, Hornady Match from a gold primer lot, and Federal Fusion. The format is simple. 3-shot, 5-shot, then 9-shot strings to watch what happens as the ultralight carbon-wrapped barrel warms. We run the sequence suppressed while a leaderboard updates by load with an MOA versus shot count graph rolling live. Trend check. Suppressed. We're seeing around 0.5 MOA for 3, about 0.75 MOA for 5, and roughly 1 MOA for 9 as heat builds. Excellent for a mountain weight rig. Precision Hunter stands out. This particular gold primer matchlot lags in this rifle, with fusion in the middle. Your barrel may vote differently, but the pattern here is consistent. Why did the can tighten groups? First, it softens recoil impulse so you maintain position and break cleaner shots, especially on a very light rifle. Second, mass at the muzzle shifts barrel harmonics on a carbon-wrapped barrel that can move you from a bad node to a good one. Third, with a cover, the suppressor throws less mirage at the optic, letting you read edges and centers more precisely. These effects stack. It won't be identical on every rifle, but on this one, the difference is dramatic. For context, a quick compare. The Bergara Wilderness. Sierra leans feature forward, fiberglass stock, adjustable comb, and a ready rail, all dressed in a modern look. The Tikka T3X is action forward, a slick legendary action and consistent barrels, fewer frills, and endless third-party support. Today's rifle sits on a Remington 700 footprint, unlocking a huge ecosystem of stocks, triggers, and accessories. If you crave the carbon light feel and plan to run a suppressor, this build makes a ton of sense. If you'd rather start with the smoothest action and add features later, Tikka remains a killer baseline. Different paths, similar destination. A practical, accurate backcountry rig. Paper proves potential. Steel proves reality. In light wind on animal-shaped plates, the 6.5 PRC's flat trajectory and manageable recoil simplify the workflow. Find the wind, confirm the hold, press. We rotate through kneeling, prone, and off-pack positions with a first-round impact goal at 400. Then a clean 600-yard string without chasing wobble. Watch the dope card pop on screen and the impact cam roll as hits stack. This is where the ultralight plus suppressor combo pays off. Quicker follow-through, a steadier view through the glass, and enough consistency to ring plates without beating you up. If a mountain rifle can do this, it's more than a pretty scale number. 30 seconds, here's the truth. As a mountain build, this thing delivers. Pros. It's genuinely ultralight, yet still prints. Our best strings landed around approximately 0.5 MOA for 3. Approximately 0.75 for 5, and about 1 MOA for 9 when run suppressed, which is outstanding for a carbon-wrapped hunting rifle. The Remington 700 footprint opens a huge ecosystem so you can evolve the rifle over time. And 6.5 PRC remains a sweet spot, flat, manageable recoil, broadly available, and versatile from deer to elk. Cons. With the factory break, groups opened up. On this sample, suppressed groups averaged roughly half the size of the break groups, including examples dropping from approximately 3 inches to approximately 1 inch, and from just over 2 inches to approximately 3/4 MOA. The Magpul bipod felt loose until we replaced it. Carbon barrels are heat sensitive, so manage pace and mirage. Pricing sits in the premium tier, reasonable for the spec, but still premium. If you prioritize carry weight plus suppressor performance, this combo is absolutely worth it. Your turn. In the comments, tell us the 6.5 PRC load, factory or hand load, that has been money in your rifle. If today's data, where the suppressor cut group size roughly in half on this setup, matches your experience, we want to know which bullet and velocity got you there. Vote in the poll, break or suppressor on an ultralight. We'll pin a comment with a downloadable 6.5 PRC dope card, PDF, so you can tweak it to your atmospherics and zero. If you're into deeper tuning, should we test action screw torque and a muzzle tuner versus the suppressor in the next episode? Drop tuner test if you want that head-to-head. As always, if this helped, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Your support lets us run more blind tests and long strings so you don't have to burn the ammo. And remember, comply with local laws regarding suppressors. Firearm safety is priority 1. Eye and ear protection on. Know your target and what's beyond. Follow range rules and handle, transport, and store responsibly.